Hi, this is Tricia, and I want to talk for a short while about the Fitbit Charge 2 activity tracker. That little beastie. I got it for my birthday a couple of months ago, and I really rather like it. And I don't think you need me to cover all the stuff which all the really active types and the running magazines and that will tell you about how good this sensor is and what this does and what that does. I'm just the couch potato that's trying to get moving a bit and wants to lose some weight. And I'm working on the premise that what gets measured gets done. So in the morning, I'm weighing myself on my connected scales, which is good. And I'm also tracking how many steps I take. And I found that 10,000 was a bit demoralising really. Because most days, I don't do that many. I'm not that active yet. I'm still building up to it. But it's really clever, this thing. You can actually change the numbers that you want to achieve. So I changed it to 7,500, thinking it's about twice the average, because they reckon between 3,000 and 4,000 steps a day is about average. So yeah, twice that is a good thing to aim at. When I'm getting that 5 days a week regularly, I'll change it to 8.5. And likewise, when I'm doing that regularly, I'll change it to 10. I don't need to be demoralised by not having the little light show going off when I reach my target number of steps. So there we are. It's also useful because it's got a clock on it. I don't need to carry a watch at the same time. Small thing, I know, but it's useful. And it does really cool things because it measures your heart rate. And when you're exercising, it breaks it down into fat burn, cardio and peak, so you can see how much you're pushing yourself. It can automatically detect when you start walking, running, cycling, doing whatever it is you're doing. But if it's going to be something that's going to be difficult for it to pick up on its own, because if you go walking, it's got a pretty good idea you're going walking, then just let it carry on. If you're going to be doing some yoga, you might want to start it, which you can from your wrist, which is quite clever. And I'm getting stuck now, because really it just does what it's supposed to. It tracks my heart rates, tells me what zones I get into, it tells me how often I reach my exercise goals. It does really cool things like tell me every hour. If I aren't taking 250 steps, I've got 10 minutes left in the hour to make however many I need. So I don't sit down on my backside all the time. I get up and move a bit. I like that. Oh, and it's got a guided breathing thing, where for either 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you can try the slow breathing, where it tells you to breathe in and breathe out. And it really does bring your heart rate down if it's racing a bit, if you're feeling a bit anxious. So there we are. I'm not going to talk too much about the Fitbit Charge 2 and everything it can do and how wonderful it is when you're doing marathons. I'm not. I have no intention and no plans of doing marathons. But I have found that it gets me taking more steps than I did before I got it. I know that because I used to have an activity tracker from Sony, the Smart Band, for a couple of years. It didn't have a screen and didn't have a heart rate sensor, so I wanted an upgrade, which is why I got that for my birthday. But I am actually taking more steps, which is cool. And I'll probably do a long-term update at some point. Give me 6 months, 12 months, something along those kind of lines, just to let you know whether it still keeps working. Because I can't tell you whether I'm doing well against my friends with it, because I do have friends that have Fitbits, but I don't want to compete with them, at least not yet. I'm competing with me. But as it is, I'm taking more steps and I can actually see the kind of impact it's having when I put some effort into going up hills and it gets my heart rate going, which is good to see and it is motivational. So there we are. My very simple, very quick, not very conventional review of the Fitbit Charge 2. I rather like it.